Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and hello if you are new. So today's video I'm going to be going through my 2024 goals and doing a little catch up of what I've achieved, what I haven't achieved, where I am and if I'm going to achieve the things that I set out for myself at the beginning of the year. But instead of doing a normal sit down video, which is what I would normally do, I need to make dinner. So I thought I would come bring you along while I make dinner for the family. So, trusty Pinterest. Tonight we're having baked courgette and goat cheese risotto with rocket. And it's a HelloFresh recipe, just on the HelloFresh website. So let me get the ingredients together and then this is going to be a cook along plus catch up with 2024 goals video. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so we need, according to the recipe, an onion, which I used the last of yesterday, so don't have that, which is a good start. But onion, garlic, that's ginger, garlic, a lemon, vegetable stock, risotto rice, courgette, parmesan, goat cheese, cider vinegar, oil and water. So first step is instructions. Preheat the oven to 200, fill and boil kettle, trim the courgette and slice into 1 centimetre thick chunks, zest and half the lemon. So I will do that. I did a video at the beginning of the year with my 2024 goals and I'll put a link in the description of this video with a link back to that video so you can have a look. Number one, I can really see the difference in the quality of my video and the confidence I have on camera, which was like nice to see, but also the quality of that video is like not very good. I can see now. But that's besides the point. So I set myself 20 goals at the beginning of the year. Some of them were financial, some of them are house related, and some of them are family related. I'm going to start with the financial goals first. So let me just chop this courgette. So my first financial goal for the year, and it's always the first priority I have every single year when it comes to finances, was to save for our 2024 bills. And I'm very pleased to say that I have and I'm on track to achieve that goal. That's great. I've got some notes actually on my laptop here. So we've been able to, over the last few months, save money on our annual bills in a few ways. Number one, my car insurance, well, I expected that to go up by 150, 200, 250 pounds because that's what everybody's car insurance seemed to be doing. Just going to zest the lemon. However, when it came to my car insurance quote, and bear in mind at the beginning of this year I had to claim on my car insurance because I had a chip in my windscreen which turned into a crack. So I had to have the whole windscreen replaced, and luckily, because I'm on fully comprehensive car insurance, I could claim the money for that through car insurance. So it only cost me about £175. If I hadn't have gone through my car insurance, it would have cost over £2,000. So, I had to claim on my car insurance this year, so I definitely thought it was going to be more expensive. But when I got my auto renewal quote through, it was lower. That's right, lower. I couldn't believe it. So I went on to 3 different comparison sites. I also went direct to Aviva, Churchill and LV, which is Liverpool Victoria, because they aren't sometimes on comparison sites. I mean, Direct Line is kind of famously not on comparison sites. And even then, my auto renewal quote was cheaper by £300 or so. So when they said it was going to be cheaper, I just jumped. I made sure everything was exactly the same level of cover and everything. It was, and I thought, brilliant. So that was like 100. I think I budgeted £450 and I ended up paying £315. So that was a nice chunk of money that I didn't have to save for or pay for. So that was brilliant. We also started to save money on our water bill recently, because we have a pond, and I didn't know that if you have a pond or a swimming pool or a permanent hot tub, you can, every time you fill it up, you can tell your water company and they will deduct the sewerage charge for the water that you're using off your bill. So it's a bit complicated, but we literally WhatsApped our water company, told them we've got this pond, we fill it up quite a lot in the summer because it gets, we're wildlife friendly gardeners. They asked us for the dimensions of the pond. We gave it to them and they were like, yeah, okay. Every time you fill it up, let us know and we'll do a refund of £23 of credit into your into your account. So every time we fill up the pond, which in this hot weather is, it could even be once a month, we just let the water company know and they'll deduct the sewerage charge off our bill. So that's good, that's an extra saving. And then another thing that I've been doing, and this is a real top tip if you want to save money on your bills, is that our energy bill has been decreasing every single month for the last 3 months. And that's because when I get the email from our energy company, and we happen to be with Octopus, which I think are brilliant, I don't just read the email they send, I read the actual PDF bill that they put at the very, very bottom. So they have quite a lot of garbage, but then at the very, very end, they attach the PDF of my actual bill with my usage and how they calculate my charges. And on that bill, every single month for the last 3 months, they have a little thing on the side and they make it very clear and very obvious that if I switch to a different tariff, I could save X amount of money per year. So, and then you just sort of divide that by 12. So our water bill in May was Our energy bill in May was £240, and we've now managed to get it down to £179. So that's how much is that? I've written it down here. £61 a month we're now saving compared to May on our energy bills. And that means all that extra money, that £61 a month that we're not spending on our energy, I'm putting straight into our savings to save for our annual bills, which are then also being lower because, I shopped around and my car renewal quote was lower, but I made sure I was getting the best deal. So those are some ways that we've been saving money. And again, if you have a pond, a swimming pool, a hot tub, a really large garden, look to see if you can claim back the sewerage costs for using your outside tap for those things, because you never know, you might be able to get some money off as well. And if you're not reading the bill, the actual bill they send every month with your energy, and you're just reading the email, make sure you're reading the bill, because they should make it very clear and obvious if you can save money. And yeah, it all adds up at the end of the day. I mean, that's £61 a month that we're not having to pay, and we're getting the exact same amount of service. And we pay for our water quarterly when they read the meter outside our house based on our usage, and then that's an extra £23 we don't have to pay for filling up the pond. So we're doing good for the environment because we've got the pond, and we're also not being charged as much. So it's a win-win situation. So that's goal number 1, annual bills, and those are some of the things that we've been doing to save money on our bills each month. I've now zested this lemon, so cut it in half like they say. I don't need to peel and grate the garlic because we get very lazy garlic and it's all pre-chopped. Okay, heat drizzle of oil in a large oven-proof pan on a medium heat. Add the onion, can't do that. Add the garlic, then stir in the risotto rice until the edges of the rice are translucent. So let me change the camera angle and let's put some risotto rice on. So the next goal I had in that video was to save a £1,000 emergency starter fund. And looking at my budgets for the rest of the year, because I track forwards by a few months, by the end of this year I will have £600 in my emergency fund. My wooden spoon, I don't know if it's going to focus off me. I don't know if you can see it, it says chief stirrer. But anyways, yeah, so I will have £600 if I am saving at my current saving rate, which is disappointing because £1,000 isn't that much. So I'm going to start trying to make it a real priority to save a little bit extra here and there for the rest of this year so I can try and reach that goal. But I am proud that I'll make it over halfway to that goal this year. Considering that at the beginning of this year we had a lot of different emergency payments that we had to make, various things like all of our fences needed to be replaced, which was incredibly expensive. My car windscreen needed to be replaced, our oven door needed to be replaced. We had a burst pipe outside which needed to be fixed. We had to get our gutters fixed because they started leaking in the winter. It was a very difficult, expensive winter for us in this house. The fact still remains is that I haven't reached that goal, but what's really helped and will really help save money is that from this month onwards, we are now receiving the 15 hours free childcare per week from the government for Olivia's nursery fees. And it's made a huge difference to our monthly nursery costs. In May, again, I'm just using May as a reference point because that was probably the month of the highest bills. Our nursery bill in May was £717, and now we have the new childcare hours come in. Our nursery bill for the month is £327. So it's like £400 saving per month on nursery costs. That is not to be sniffed at. That is a huge amount of money to be saving each month. And while I feel like our nursery fees are very reasonable, and Olivia only goes into nursery 3 days a week because we're very lucky to have both my parents and Scott's parents want to look after Olivia in the week. Paying £700 a month for childcare just takes a huge chunk out of your finances per month. So for that to be reduced down to 300, and then that's split between me and Scott paying half each, it just means I have so much more disposable income to throw into savings now. So it's really, really helped. So the next goal on my 2024 list was to pay off our kitchen early, and that would mean saving £4,500, and that would pay the kitchen off 18 months early. This is the area where I've made the least headway, and at the end of the year, I think, let me double check, I might only have £250 saved towards a £4,500 goal by the end of this year. And I can make all the excuses I want, but the reality is I'm nowhere near close to saving that amount, and yeah, it's just going to take me a longer than I thought and hoped. But the reality is, I think it's going to take me until probably this time next year to pay it off, and that's okay. I realise that I need to make it a priority for next year, and I'm going to do as much as I can to save extra this year, but at least I've put some money towards it, and I'm quite proud of. I've made the decision to pay off the debt. I'm putting money away every single month towards it, not as much as I liked, but I'm still working towards it, and sometimes starting is the hardest step. So I'm not even a tenth of the way to reaching the goal, but I'm like 4.5% there or something. So yeah, it is what that it is really. And then the last goal for 2024 in terms of finances is I wanted to save £1,000 for Christmas. I've now re-budgeted that to be £800, and I'm very pleased to say that I am on track for that £800. And I could put that towards, I could reduce that and put more towards the kitchen, but the kitchen is not as time sensitive as Christmas, and we had a very small Christmas last year because it was Olivia's first Christmas, and she wouldn't have known what was going on at all. But this year she'll be 18 months old, and she will be really aware of things, and I really want to do more this year as a family in terms of events to help her have the best Christmas possible. So that's why I've only taken the budget down to £800 from the original £1,000, and I'm very pleased with that. Okay, so the edges of that risotto rice are starting to go translucent. So I'm going to check the recipe to see what we need to do next. Okay, we need 15 ml of cider vinegar, and then we need to add the vegetable stock. So that's what it looks like at the moment. So I just need to season it with salt and pepper, put the lid on and put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Oh, good thing I reread the instructions. I need to put 450 ml of water in here as well. That could have been a disaster. I'll just bring it back up to the boil for a second, and then I'll pop it in the oven. And then in the 20 minutes that it's cooking, I'll chat to you more about my 2024 goals. But I hope you like this kind of style of video. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. I'm experimenting a bit, because why not? But it's like having a friend round and you're cooking them dinner and chatting to them about your life. I hope anyway. So I've got myself a little glass of wine, because a glass of wine with friends and having a live chat's always nice. It's Isla Negra Sauvignon Blanc. Got it from Tesco. So there you go. So yes, Christmas savings are on track, and I've actually already bought a present for Olivia for Christmas, so that's going to be great. And then my last financial goal for this year was to start investing for Olivia into a junior stocks and shares ISA, which I have done. I'm doing £100 a month. Basically, all of the child benefit just goes into my bank account, out my bank account. So I'm investing for her, which was something I was really keen to do early on, because then you have the most time for compound interest. So yeah. Another thing, well, if we're talking about finances, then there's a few other things that have happened or haven't happened this year. And that is that I have started saving into premium bonds for the baby number 2 fund. Even if we never have another child, because life doesn't work out the way you want to sometimes, so maybe baby number 2 might not happen, I'm still saving into premium bonds to essentially diversify where my money is. And also, it's a bit of fun. We all want to win the £1 million prize every month. But there's lots of other prizes, 100, 50, 10,000, 20,000. And of course, you'd love to win those. But even if I didn't win any of those prizes or didn't win anything at all, I'm diversifying where I'm putting my cash. It has tax benefits because you don't pay any tax on any money that you might win from the premium bond prize draw. It's protected by the government, and we have a very clear goal of saving £12,000 to pay for maternity leave, mostly, so we can have another baby, because we want to be in a secure financial position before we bring another child into our life, so that we can not worry about money and only worry about all the other things that you worry about with children, like having a child and how you're going to raise them, and then we'll have 2 of them, so there'll be a whole different set of worries about that. But if we can take money off the table, that takes a lot of stress away, especially when it comes to maternity leave. So we have a very clear goal, save £12,000 for baby number 2. I'm hoping to be able to achieve that by the end of next year, or maybe in the middle of 2026. And yeah, I'm now got some money going to premium bonds every month, so that's really fun. My car finance claim, I didn't get it because no discretionary commission was added to the car finance that I had when I bought my first car out. So I graduated. So, story time, while we have a bit of time. I got my job at the place that I work on a Monday, and actually I got it on the Friday. The first day I started was a Monday, and the first thing I had to ask my boss when I started my brand new job was for a day off on that Thursday so I could attend my own graduation ceremony. So I came out of university and just got into my career and got into my first job, and I'm still at the same company from when I left university. But I was commuting and I needed a car, so I used the money I had saved and got left over from university to buy a car on finance. It was on a really cheap interest rate, 2.9%. 2.9% interest on a brand new car. That's crazy low if you think about it now. But I took out a PCP deal because it was a really good deal. And I paid that off in 2019. But no discretionary commission was added to that agreement, so I didn't have anything to claim. But it also means I didn't overpay, so that's a win. So I'm not getting any money back from that. But I did get my overpaid student loan from last year back into my bank account this year, and that was £642 I got back from overpaying on my student loan. Paying money towards my student loan when I was on maternity leave and I wasn't meeting the income thresholds. So that money went straight into annual bills and my emergency fund savings, split between them. So that was a really good financial win, really pleased with that. And there is something I do need to do in terms of finances for the rest of this year, and that's start to save or start to move money from the accounts, the instant access, high interest accounts I have to a cash ISA, because I'm very aware of the amount. You don't need to have that much money in instant access accounts to start hitting that interest threshold before you have to start paying tax on the interest your money is earning. And the best way to avoid that is in ISAs, which are tax free, the most tax efficient way to save in the UK. And at the moment, my emergency fund is in a digital regular saver because I'm getting 6% on the first £5,000 in there, and then anything above that drops to quite a low rate. And my eventual goal for my emergency fund is to be £6,000. So I need to, once I've hit that £5,000 limit, I need to move my emergency fund into an instant access cash ISA so that I can avoid paying any interest on my emergency fund savings, which hopefully will just tick over time and I won't need to touch them. But life never works like that, so that's why it needs to be an instant access cash ISA. So that's a overview of my financial goals, which I set in January, where I am with them, where I'm going with them, what I need to do. But I also set myself some other goals this year. So let me get my laptop. Also, I'm very sorry about the squeaky chair. So there's a few goals I have already achieved this year. So one of them was go to the beach with Liv and Ruben and go on a week away in the UK. Now these vlogs are coming up very soon because we're going on a holiday to Norfolk in a few weeks' time, and obviously I'm going to be vlogging because who doesn't like to see a family holiday, and also I want to be able to film it and look back on it myself because it'll be the first family holiday we ever go on. But those are two things I put on my list to achieve this year, and I'm going to be able to do them both, so that's really good. Another thing was to have a first birthday party for Olivia, which we did, and I will put a link in the description of this video of the vlogs I did about our party prep and Olivia's actual birthday. And the last thing that I achieved this year on my 2024 goals was to go indoor skiing. And again, I'll put a link in the description of this video showing you the vlog of where we went indoor skiing with my sister. That was so much fun. It was brilliant. I loved it. I will definitely be going again in the winter. And yeah, 100% will do that again. Loved it. Now the next sort of goals for 2024 that are still to be achieved mostly centre around the house. So these are to get architect plans drawn up for our grand plan designs. Those probably aren't going to happen until 2025, although I am really keen to start thinking seriously about the renovation that we're going to be doing, because now Olivia's getting older, it will actually make our lives so much easier. And yeah, I just want to get a bit more serious about our plans for the house, especially as we are starting to finish rooms now. Another goal is to decorate the hallway, and I know I've been banging on about this for ages in vlogs, but the vlog is coming. It's 75% done in terms of painting. We've done all the paneling, 75% done with the painting, and now it's just all the pretty bits that we need to finish. And those are the fun bits. So the vlog for that will be coming, but we're still not there yet, and it has taken us months and months and months. And that's the reality of renovating a house. When you have full-time jobs, you have a toddler, a dog, you want to see friends and family, you have a garden, the rest of the house to look after, and you do YouTube as well. I'm juggling a lot at the moment, but we are making progress with the hallway, and I am sick of not making progress. So I'm doing a sort of an hour's painting every single day to try and get that finished, and we've decided on the new light. So things are moving in the background, and the vlog will be coming soon. A new boiler was on the goals for 2024. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to lie, be honest. We are waiting for Scott's nan's estate to be settled, because our plan is to basically use any money that Scott inherits to pay for the boiler rather than taking out a credit agreement for it. And that's not going to happen until maybe the end of this year, next year. So we're sort of just waiting for that, really. And I don't think there's any shame in using inherited money for stuff. I know it can be quite a bit of a trigger, but that's just our reality. And we'd rather have her here, obviously. I mean, Olivia's actually named, her middle name is Scott's nan's first name. We named her after Scott's nan in memory of her, because she passed away when I was pregnant. And then her estate's going to be able to give us a new boiler, amongst other things. So in a weird way, it's like she's going to be able to help provide for our family, which is something that she would love to do. So yeah, that's probably a next year thing, the new boiler. But a new boiler also means a brand new bathroom is coming. And yes, it does mean, if you're a regular viewer of this channel, the red carpet of hell in the bathroom, it's going to be gone very soon, and it will be recycled, or I don't know if actually you can even recycle it, but in my mind I'm burning it to the ground, because it can do no harm to anybody's eyes anymore once that stupid carpet's gone. So yeah, a new boiler is on the cards for next year, we hope. And if we're getting a new boiler, that means a new bathroom will not be far behind, because we need the new boiler to be able to do the new bathroom. So that will be very exciting, and I will of course bring you along with any bathroom renovation that we do. Put a path in the garden was the last home goal for the year. That would have been a reality if all of our fences didn't fall down, because the amount we spent on the fences is the same amount that we would need to spend on the path. So that's unfortunate. But if the fences didn't fall down this year, they would have fallen down next year. So it's one of those inevitable things. But yeah, that's not looking likely. But it's also given me some perspective of, I need to really start planning and have a concrete garden design plan. And I have very big plans for the garden. I love my garden so much. I love garden design. I love everything about gardens, gardening, garden design. I love it. I really, it's my, apart from making YouTube videos, it's my second biggest passion. Football and supporting my team, which is Brentford, who are in the Premier League, that's third. Some facts about me, if you didn't know. But yeah, so YouTube first, gardening second, football third. And yeah, I will be doing some more videos, probably in the winter, about how I'm going to be designing the garden and our plans for the garden, because they are pretty extreme in the transformation, but in the best way. It's going to be really beautiful, really wildlife friendly, modern cottage garden core goodness. So yeah. But yeah, basically we spent all the money we would have spent on the fences this year. So that's annoying. And then a few family things, which I, again, haven't been able to do so far this year. And I'm really realising I'm running out of time, really, when it comes to how many months left we have of the year. And I really want to start prioritising these next few things because they all centre around family. And that is, I mean, family is everything to me. So the first thing was to use my birthday voucher for my 29th birthday. And if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know I just had my 30th birthday. So Scott got me a voucher for a weekend spa break for me and him for my 29th. And we've now had to extend that pay to extend the voucher because we just haven't had a time. I mean, we've had a newborn, so that's also the reason why. But a weekend, to use my birthday voucher and have the spa weekend, we're going to be doing that this year, whether it kills us or not. So I'm definitely going to do that. I have a Christmas party was on my 2024 goals. I don't know if we're going to do that. Maybe we'll do it next year. Oh, that's a risotto. 1 minute. Okay, let's see what it's like. Okay, that needs 5 more minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the courgette that I cut up in the air fryer to roast and be nice and crisp. So let's do that now. Okay, so in the last 5 minutes, my last few 2024 goals. So one of the goals is to go and visit my family in the Cotswolds. And I think some of them watch this video. So if you, Auntie Wendy, Uncle Mark, if you're watching, I'm coming to visit you at some point this year. I made it a goal at the beginning of the year. And yeah, I really want to go and visit my family. I want to go show Olivia where my grandmother used to live and the town that she lived in her whole life, and basically where most of my family live as well, and go visit their graves and show her and you know, for them to sort of meet. That would be lovely. And Cotswolds is so beautiful, and I've mentioned it in previous videos I've done sort of last year, but yeah, I grew up essentially in half in the Cotswolds and half where my mum and dad live, because we were there all the time with my family, and it's just so beautiful, and I have so many memories of being there and all the loveliness that the Cotswolds brings, really. So I'm gonna definitely try and make it over to see my family and bring you guys along and show you sort of a bit of the Cotswolds, bits of the Cotswolds that people who are tourists in the Cotswolds wouldn't necessarily see or go to. So it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's the hidden gems of the Cotswolds, because everybody goes to the Cotswolds all the time, but it's definitely not the normal tourist places that people go to, like Burford and stuff. So yeah, definitely want to go to the Cotswolds and see my family, 100%. And then what else have we got on here? Oh, I missed one. To finish off doing all the decorating snags that we have caused ourselves. So that will be a vlog, actually fixing all the things that we have damaged or haven't done properly yet throughout the house. Things like there's a shelf above me here. We got it from IKEA. It's very, very nice, but there are loads of big gaps in it. So what I would like to do is just go around with some cork and just fill in the gaps to make it look a bit nicer. And it's those kinds of snags which, when you are renovating a house and you have big decorating or renovation projects going on, those kind of small snag jobs really build up to like quite a long list, and they're so quick, they're so cheap, and they're so easy to do. Alexa, stop. That it then becomes annoying that you haven't done them because they're so quick and easy to do, whereas all the big projects aren't quick and easy, but they seem to take priority. So renovation life. And then the last point I have on my 2024 goals list was to post a video a week, but the time's just gone off, so let's finish off this risotto and then I will jump back into that last point. Okay, so I realised when I started to stir the goat's cheese in that I probably shouldn't have stirred it. I should have just crumbled it on top. But hey ho, we will make it again another day, and I've learnt my lesson now. I'm sure it would taste just as fine. But if you're doing this at home, don't stir your goat's cheese in your risotto, just crumble it over the top. Top tip. So yes, my last goal for 2024 was to post every single week on my YouTube, and yeah, really dedicate myself to YouTube. And I feel like I've only missed a few weeks this year, which I'm going to give myself grace, and I'm actually really proud of how much I've been able to upload this year, considering everything else that I've have going on, especially since I've been going back to work full time. So I work 9 till 5 Monday to Friday every single week, as well as doing everything else. But this is where I need your help, and I can really see the difference between videos that I've posted now and videos that I posted at the beginning of the year. Things in terms of sound quality, lighting quality, just my confidence when I'm speaking. I'm not saying every other sentence and every other word. I still say a bit, but I am much more eloquent with my speech, and don't second guess myself as much when I'm speaking, which is why I would say and I have a much more clear picture of what I'm filming and what I want to say, all those kind of things. But if you've got this far in the video, then you're my true fans, you're my OGs, my biggest fans. Alexa, stop. And yeah, I want to get better at YouTube. I want to be posting better content, more engaging content. I want to engage with you guys a lot more. So please do like, subscribe, and let me know. What do you think I can do better? And I don't take any of it personally. I want the criticism. I want you to tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what videos you might want to see me post more of, what you want me to post less of. Are there any YouTube channels that you watch where they do something really great and I can go and watch it and get some inspiration? You know, anything like that. I want to be posting really great content for everybody and bring you along this journey, take you along with me in a really engaging way where it's really high quality videos. So yeah, so thank you for coming for this cook along. I will let you know what Scott thinks of. Sorry if you can hear the dog having a drink in the background as well. Hello, mister. I will let you know what Scott thinks of the risotto. And yeah, I hope this cook along goals catch up video was something a bit different. And I really appreciate if you got to the end of this video, and I will see you in my next one. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any tips, any ideas, anything you want to see from me, I really do appreciate it. So